Okay. All right. Day number 2. We made it. We made it. Day number 2 of posting on YouTube. And I have no idea what we should touch on today. However, I'm glad because this is progress. Genuinely, gonna give myself a pat on the back because this is progress. You know, I've set out to try and post every day for as long as I can, and we've made it to day number 2, which is that's an achievement, man. That's an achievement. Okay, I think I know what I want to talk about. It's an achievement. You know why? Because when we set goals, realistic, unrealistic, what tends to happen is that, we'll say, okay, yeah, I want to hit this goal, so I'm going to do it. And then when it comes to actually doing it, suddenly it's like, yeah, but I could start tomorrow. I could start the day after. You know what? I'm going to start next week, because if I start on Monday, then that's the start of the week. And, someone's just calling my phone right now, but yeah, we tend to put things off. So I'm giving myself a pat on the back, because you have to celebrate these small wins. In life. There's going to be so many ups and downs, trials, tribulations, all of that cliche bullshit stuff. But it's facts. It is facts. And yeah, like, I'm showing up, and that's the main thing. And that's what I'd like to encourage everyone, watching this, is show up, man. Show up, which is very difficult to do, but you just even showing up means a lot and can do a lot in comparison to you doing something completely different that doesn't, add to your goals. Now, I'm not saying it's easy, because I know it's hard. Everything in life is hard. No matter what your goal is right now, you might have a goal of wanting to create this beautiful family that you have, or, your dream family of 2 loving parents, great relationship, and 2 wonderful children. But, even though that's something that's difficult, you still have those goals, and you want to do everything in your power to achieve that. You might have the goal of, okay, yeah, you know what, I made 50k last year. This year I want to double that. I want to make 100k. And the only way you can do that is by showing up. Just showing up, man. And obviously, it's great to show up, but if you're able to show up consistently, you're showing to yourself, proving to yourself, because there's no one else you need to prove anything to. You're proving to yourself that you can do this, that it can be done. Progress can be made. And I think that's something I need to tell myself more as well, that just showing up every day, even when you're feeling down, or life is moving in a strange direction, or, loads of different factors come into play. But if you just decide to show up and you consistently do so, I can only imagine, or I hope as I'm speaking this right now, and pray and believe that good things will happen from you showing up, and you'll become more productive naturally. A thought came into my head. This is completely off topic, but a thought came into my head earlier today, or maybe yesterday, and I was thinking about, like, what can you do to show up more effectively? And it's about systems. It's about procedures. It's about doing things that are repeatable. Like, in the world of business, or sales more specifically, like the top performers that you see thriving in sales or any environment, they have repeatable processes. And that's all well and good, having those repeatable processes in your line of work, but you need to be replicating that across your personal life as well, which is something I'm very bad at doing, very, very, very bad at doing. And I believe if you can get in a routine, it may sound really silly what I'm about to say, but if you can get into a routine where you're waking up at a decent time, having a shower, brushing your teeth, making sure you're having 3 square meals a day minimum, some form of exercise, even if you're not going to the gym, some form of exercise, getting into that pattern consistently over and over again, you will start to see great things happen. And it's just by showing up, and it doesn't happen overnight, because all these habits that we talk about, it's easier said than done. Like, you see all these famous or rich people, multi-millionaires, billionaires, talking about, you know, I wake up at 5 a.m. and I do this, I do that, and just some super crazy productive day, and they're in bed by 7 p.m. and all this. Like, to me, that's a load of bullshit. Maybe it'll change when I become a billionaire or a millionaire, but that is unrealistic. But you can set, you know, habits that work around the way you function as a person. And again, that's a journey that I'm on. But by showing up every day consistently, naturally, it will become sort of intrinsic in me, essentially, that I'll just be doing it off, you know, the flick of my wrist. And I hope to continue showing up on LinkedIn, continue showing up for my business and improving as a person, because again, like I always say, or like I said yesterday, being productive is difficult. You know, being productive is difficult, and that's why you have to celebrate these small wins and continuously keep on trying to elevate, showing up every day. So with that being said, show up. That's all I'm gonna leave this with.